listen.
What's up? Anyways, what's good? Look, this is my first time making a video. This is basically a story time. I just wanted to put out some stories about my life to give y'all more insight on me. I really hope you guys like this story time. But everybody calls me Eminado, or Emmy for short. I will put my Instagram and my Snapchat information below after. So I'm just gonna start and I'm gonna just go straight in. So basically, it was okay. So my church has, programs called church conventions and stuff, that all the youth conventions or whatever. So, every year, every district from like everywhere, we all get together at one specific place, and like, we'll book a hotel, and everybody will meet up at the church, hop in the church van, or if you're driving, drive. We all meet up at the church, at the hotel, where we're gonna be having all types of church stuff, sessions, basically everything is just based on church. It's about God. That's the reason why we're supposed to be there. But everybody had a little boo from some district, right? So this little 3-day, weekend or whatever was people's times to link up with they boos that they haven't seen since last year. Now, please tell me, how does that work? But listen,
What is this?
I met this guy at one of these church conventions. Anyways, so during this church convention, I happened to meet this boy. And at first I was like, I don't want this to have to be a remake of last church convention. So, and I've seen this guy, I'm not gonna put no names. We're gonna call him Peter. My boyfriend at the time, Peter. So I met Peter, and I had seen Peter previous times before, but we never really, talked or anything like that. And I knew, we meet, he's talking to me, we're chatting, we even went to some of the sessions together, with our Bibles and whatnot, being godly, which was exactly what we were supposed to be doing. So it was the last day. It was Sunday, and everybody was departing. Everybody had to leave. It was time to go. Everybody had to kick a boot. You know what I'm saying? So I was so sad, because I was like, dang, it just ended. The time went by too fast. And I was just wondering, I'm like, dang, what if I don't, so I have to wait to see him next year? That's a long time. So we talk, and I'm like, okay, well, we exchanged numbers, and I'm like, okay, so Peter, where do you stay? Are we going to be able to see each other, and stuff? And Peter's like, yeah, I stay in D.C. And I was like, wow. So, do you drive? Peter said, I have my own car. It was left from there onwards, because, come on. What are the odds, right? So, I'm thinking, it's about to be over. We're leaving. We're not going to see each other anymore. But at this time, I stayed in Alexandria. And, of course, that's probably, steal some time away from DC, you know, whatever. You know, you throw some gas in the car, you good. So we left, and even when we were like leaving, like we were texting each other the whole time. When we got home, we were FaceTiming. You know, it was great. It was absolutely great. Me and Peter definitely still hit it off, and we were talking every day and stuff. So we decided that we were gonna give each other a try and be together. So me and Peter started dating, and we were boyfriend and girlfriend. So, you know, he would drive from school after school every day, like, or he'll come pick me up from school, and we'll, like, you know, go do something, or like he'll come over to my house. Now, I am a full African child, which means my mom and my dad are both African, born and raised, and came to the United States for the American dream and had me. And y'all see where I'm going with this. So it's like, they already, first of all, I was only like, at that time, I think I was like 16 or something. Now, every African child, our parents don't want us to even, you know, talk to a guy. Expecting me not to even have a boyfriend or none of, they were so against me talking to guys, period. Okay. But, of course, I was in high school. I'm like, who cares? I'm going to sneak around per usual. Okay. So, my parents' schedules were great. Okay, and they still are. Okay, because my dad, well, my stepdad, he worked 10. So that means after school, when I get out about 3 o'clock, 3:15, I get to chill with babe till, you know what I'm saying, 9 o'clock. Okay, so we just kept hanging out, kept, you know, talking to each other, dealing with each other. So one day,
my parents ended up, my stepdad and my mom ended up leaving for Ghana for like some vacation or something like that. So, and they left me, basically, in charge of the house. And it was me and my little brother, but my little brother used to mostly stay with my dad. So I basically had the
crib. For 4 to 5 months, I'm telling you, I was living in that. I was living it up. I'm telling you, that was the spot. Everybody used to pull up. I'm talking about, and I wasn't your regular 16-year-old teenager that, you know, I was out. Okay, I'm telling you, I was going to the club. You know what I'm saying? I was living. I was living more then than I'm even living now. And I mean, I'm only 19, but just imagine. I don't even know how. Look, me and my friends, we was just like, my little brother would come to the house after school to play with his friends and stuff. And then, like, when my dad would get off of work, he would come pick him up. So, you know, my little brother, you know, I love him because I would, you know, bring Peter around and stuff like that. And he would be like, oh, and I would be like, you know, don't tell dad, please. Don't tell dad, you know what I'm saying? I'll give you $1. And at that time, my little brother was young, so he was like, money, I'll take it. Okay. So one day, you know, I got a little too comfortable. So, you know, it was one night, you know, Peter was like, oh, you know, I want to come see you. I want to see what you're doing. And I'm like, babe, come over. You know, ain't nobody here. It's just me and you being grown. I'm a changed girl now. But, okay. And then I was like, whatever, like, I'll call them back when I get out the shower. I was like, Peter, look at my phone. Who's calling? And he's like, oh shit, it's your dad. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's whatever. Like, I'll call him. I'm gonna get back to him after I get out the shower. Not knowing that my dad was calling because he was trying to tell me to let my little brother in because he left his school bag. In my room, and as we're walking into my room, I was like, I just happened to look to into the window, and then I just hear boom, 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 open the door. I look, y'all, and my dad was at the motherfucking window. Like, open that fucking door.
Because you tried
open that door. But basically, my dad climbed through my house, my window, pushed me to the ground, sped in my room. Of course, because my room was small, he knew exactly where he was, which was in my closet. So as he's opening the closet, Peter just goes under him and runs behind, like, you know, under him. And my dad's trying to grab him. I'm just standing there like, Lord, my life is over if you don't save me now. That was the scariest day for me because my dad is really like my best friend. My mom is too, but me and my dad were really close, so I never wanted him to be disappointed in me or think that I'm a hoe or I'm out here being fast. So, as Peter was running, he hit my table, the dining table, and a piece of wood got stuck in his knee. And he was still booking it. I'm telling you, like, full speed. And my dad, trying to chase behind Peter, ended up busting his ass, held his waist, and was still booking after him. I'm telling you, they was going. At this point, I didn't even know what to do. So I'm chasing after my dad. I'm like, no, Dad, don't do it. Don't kill him. It's not what you think. He's like, no. You're a disgraceful child. I'll never love you again. Nobody wants to hear those words come out their parents' mouth. When he told me, my dad told me, he won't love me. He will never love me the same again. I thought my life was over right then and there. My heart dropped. He was so disappointed in me, and it even made me sad how disappointed he was. This is funny to me now, and I'm saying it, but at the time it was really serious. It was a really, like, I went through a lot. I was going through a lot during that time. So Dad, stop. You know, he's chasing it. Like, they're like doing 90, like just chasing each other. And at that point, like, my whole, like, I didn't even know what to do. I'm like, dang, like, if my mom finds out about this, like, my life is over. Like, I didn't know what to do. So I just walked back in the house. I sat down. I was like, dang, like, what the fuck just happened? Like, so I was crying. You know, I called my friends. Mind you, this was the worst time ever because the next day was my high school homecoming. And at that point, I was like, dang, should I even go to homecoming anymore? I might not even have fun. It just, like, it was so bad. But I did not want to miss homecoming. So I actually did end up going to homecoming the next day. But, with everything that I was going through at the time, plus, you know, my dad catching me with that. So,
let's suppose that
when I came back from homecoming that day, I'll never forget this day. It
or
was
a post
like
on Facebook
7
that all your
o'clock
friends will see.
At night, and I was in the
Or a
house.
paper for your English class
And
that you just have to get an A on.
All I really wanted to do was just like,
or a resume for your dream job.
I was like, I don't want to live no more. Like, I don't want to, you know, like, I don't want to live no more. Like, I just feel like I'm an embarrassment and a disgrace to my family, because
and whether you're an English professor or an English learner, we all could use a second pair of eyes to help us.
They always say I'm the trouble child, and once I grow up and just look at everything I did, like, for some of the world, it's been crazy. So I just have so many experiences.
Errors that other
I done been
grammar
through so
checkers
much,
just
and
can't catch.
I'm still currently, you know, going through stuff, but
Grammarly
it's better
also
now.
helps you
Like,
improve voice and style,
I've grown to a certain
making your writing
point.
clear and compelling all the time.
So at that point, you know, I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I don't even want to live no more. Like,
results.
I don't want to, you know, I don't
Click
want
on
to
the
keep
button to
disappointing
download Grammarly
my
now.
parents and stuff like that. So I just kind of like, I was like, okay, like, what can I do to just end everything? So at that point, I just wanted to just die out, and it's just so sad that I felt that way, but that's what I wanted to do. So I went and looked in my medicine cabinet, and I took out some pills, some Motrin herbs, Advil, and I poured half of it in my hand, and I just took that shit. Y'all, scariest day. I took it, and when I was sitting there, I'm like, all right, so this is not working. It's not working. Like, I don't feel nothing. Like, I'm okay. So I was like, you know what? Then after I took it and it wasn't working in my head, I'm like, that was dumb. That was really dumb what I just did, because if something is to happen, like, I really don't want to die for real. I'm really being dramatic. So I was just like, all right, I'm just going to go lay down. So around 12 o'clock in the morning, I just start feeling crazy. Like, I couldn't, my eyes, everything was blurry. I was dizzy, y'all. I was dying. My stomach was turning. Like, I started to, like, foam at the mouth. I tried to kill myself. I really tried to kill myself, y'all. So thank God, I was crawling on the ground trying to get to my phone. Like, if I didn't call somebody within the 5 minutes that all of that was going on, y'all, I wouldn't be here right now telling y'all this story. So I called my dad, and all I could say on the phone was, "I'm sorry, Dad, I'm dying. I'm sorry, Dad, I'm dying." And he's like, "What do you mean? What do you mean you're dying? What do you mean? Where are you?" I'm like, I couldn't even talk. I was like, I'm dying. So before I knew it, once again, this man didn't bust through the window the first time. He bust through this window a second time after I didn't call the apartment people to come get it fixed. So, me and my dad, one day, we really gonna have a laugh, because we've just really experienced, my mom too, like, it's just been so much crazy stuff. But he ended up taking me to the hospital. He stayed with me the whole time, and he was just like, don't ever, you know, try to do something like that. I was mad, but that don't mean that I don't love you no more. And like, you know, basically just like, you know, thanking God that I was still alive at that time. But I hope y'all like this. Let me know what y'all think. I will be putting my Instagram and my Snapchat below. I look crazy today. I don't have no makeup on. I just really wanted to do this video, so, but y'all go check me out on my social media, and maybe next time, if y'all like this video, you know, like, I'm gonna look way more cuter. You know, I'm gonna beat my face, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna beat my face and I'm gonna look cute. I'm gonna look good. I'm gonna look good. Ooh. Alright, y'all. So I'm out. Y'all look alive. Niggas came up on